Talk more about this. We're joined by the outgoing Wits vice-chancellor, Professor Habib. Prof, thank you for your time and welcome to the program. We know that Ace Magashule is at least scheduled to appear before the Integrity Committee quite soon. Before we get into his case and, your perspective there, let's talk about this Integrity Committee. Is it effective? Should really ANC members, should South Africans hold their breath? Is this a toothless exercise, or will it be an effective body in executing its mandate here?
So a couple of things. Firstly, its track record is mixed. There have been times when it's taken a firm position and individuals have just ignored it. There have been other times when it has not acted decisively. So it seems to me it's a wait and see. We have to see. My position is twofold. One is that we have been demanding of the ANC that they stand up against malevolent politicians. These guys have destroyed the country. They've destroyed our public institutions. They've been the cause of the loss of trust of the citizenry in the state. So what has happened is they're saying they're going to the integrity, they're sending him to the Integrity Commission. That's the first step. The second step is that Integrity Commission has to act firmly. That's the point. Now, here's the issue. This is where I disagree with Mbalula's statement. This is not a matter of conscience. It's not a matter of conscience. Because you're asking corrupt individuals to have a conscience. That's nonsensical. What we're saying is the organization must make it clear. If you're charged, you step aside. I don't care what your conscience says. It's an organizational decision. So if that Integrity Commission says you're out of here, you have a case to answer for, Ace Magashule must stand aside. And then you need to follow through with everybody else. Don't give me nonsense about revolutionary consciousness. Don't give me nonsense about innocent before guilt, proven innocent before guilty. All of that is for the court to decide.
Right.
The organization is very clear. You get charged, you stand aside. I don't care what your conscience tells you.
Well, Prof, that is warranted. That is absolutely warranted because, we've seen with the likes of Bongani Bongo, recently the SG Ace Magashule, Bandile Masuku, nobody really, I suppose, had a conscience to say, okay, I've been accused, let me step aside. But why is it that the ANC itself as an organization cannot enforce what you're saying? Why cannot they say, this is a resolution that we've taken, you have to step aside? Why is it still debated?
Yes, that's the fundamental issue, and that's because it's divided. And the fact is that what the ANC requires, particularly the president, is some firm management. Now, he's demonstrated some of it, to be fair to him, by saying there is no retreat from the corruption resolution that we've taken. You are going into the Integrity Commission. I respect that. But now he has to follow through, and he has to say the Integrity Commission must make a firm decision, and you will stand aside. And those activists who come and mobilize, because the normal pattern is Ace Magashule will bring some people from the Free State, and they'll all stand outside Luthuli House and march around and saying no action must be taken. The president must say to them, there's no space for corruption here. If you don't like it, there's the door. Leave from the ANC. Go form another organization. But the ANC has no place. And others, Mbalula included, must stop the smoke and mirrors. This is not revolutionary consciousness. This is not about your conscientization. It is about or your conscience. It is about the organization has made a decision. Whatever your conscience, you step aside. Because frankly, too many politicians use revolutionary consciousness as a fig leaf. It's a rhetorical statement. They display none of it. And now the decision must be made by the organization. So yes, President Ramaphosa has done well in a first step. He must see it through, both to Ace, to the others, and to the supporters that come outside Luthuli House. And he must show them the door. That then sends the firm signal that the public is looking for.
I'm going to let you go in just a moment, Prof. Before I do, you touched on factionalism. And, I mean, the president has been preaching unity since he, of course, stepped into that leadership role. It seems like it's not happening. He even acknowledged during, his NEC speech there that, I mean, it's blown out publicly, obviously, where he even says the public now sees an ANC as an organization at war with itself. Do you think that perhaps that's the kind of, sort of political management that he has at play here, which is posing him a challenge, that these are the factions, there's no unity, and then he still has to deal with some of the corrupt officials within his party?
So let's be honest. There is serious factionalism, and frankly, a big part of the ANC is utterly corrupt, including its leaders and part of its members. The whole thing is a patronage network in a significant. He has to steer that out. And he made an important statement in that NEC speech, where he said there is no unity with corruption. You cannot tell me we need to be united and we need to allow the corrupt to be united with us. That's a principle that is, I think, a line in the sand. Now he needs to see it through. So he has to not only say to Ace or Bogane or others, he has to say to all of them and to the supporters who mobilize. So he's saying to the faction, leave the ANC, because frankly, there is no unity with the patronage networks that you guys belong to. That's the hard line. Now, it's a difficult decision to take for an ANC president, but it's the only decision he has if he is serious about fixing the challenges of this country.
Professor Adam Habib, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for your time.